Uplift Harris is about helping struggling families make ends meet, put food on the table, and keep the lights on.
You just can't give out money on street corners like popcorn, because that really is lottery socialism.
And there you have it in a nutshell, the fundamental debate over Harris County's controversial attempt to offer 1,900 low-income families selected by lottery $500 a month, no strings attached, for a year and a half. This week, the Guaranteed Income Program proposed by Commissioner Rodney Ellis and supported by Judge Lena Hidalgo won a temporary reprieve and is almost certainly headed to the Texas Supreme Court, where conservative justices will decide whether the experimental cash stipends are illegal gifts, as the Attorney General claims, or an allowable measure to lessen poverty.
You're giving out no strings attached money. They can spend it on anything they want to. And quite frankly, this money has been seen to go into drugs or worse.
I know some members of the Texas Supreme Court, when it gets there, I hope they will rise above petty political partisanship.
Panel, as we've reported, more than 80,000 folks applied for this program, which Ellis and Hidalgo would, I believe, like to see eventually expanded to all 750,000 residents that they claim are struggling to make ends meet. That, of course, would cost billions of taxpayer dollars and is why this Supreme Court decision is extremely consequential. And with that, I'm going to start with you, Marcus Davis. Get us going on this.
Why?
No, okay, I'll come back.
No, go ahead.
Okay. What do you make of this program? 1,900 families, a lot of folks who applied for it didn't get it. The efficacy of handing out the money kind of in question. What are your thoughts?
You know, I don't know what to make of it, right? I don't have a full sense of the whole situation. Look, I believe helping people that need help is important, right? I believe trying to raise the level, the floor for the poor and impoverished is incredibly important. I don't know that this is the strategy, this is the tactic, right? I believe that there has to be some level of accountability when trying to ensure that people have a proper lifestyle. I do find the hypocrisy, though, when we are wanting to give money to those that have money, we don't have a problem with it, right? When we want to do tax cuts for homeowners, we don't say that that's free money and they're going to use it on drugs, right? I do have a tad bit of an issue with that. If we're going to help people, this will be about the business of helping people, and let's be responsible in doing so.
Bob Price, it's great to have you back on the panel after your travels around Texas. You've taken a look at this issue. Your thoughts?
Well, have I said recently how great it is to live in rural Texas? Here's yet another reason. You know, it's great that the Commissioner's Court believes that they've taken care of all of their responsibilities, like flood control and road maintenance and all of these kind of things, fixing the county jail, things that they're required to do under the state constitution. And now they have the extra cash just laying around to go out and give it away to people for no reason, no control, other than redistribution of wealth, which is the socialist agenda that this county commission seems to be, Commissioner's Court seems to be on at this point.
All right, Sue Lovell, you've spent a lifetime trying to help people, you know, of all economic statures. What do you make of this?
I think it's a great idea, but the strategy and implementation is not well thought out at all. And I don't know that the county should be the one dispersing this money and figuring out who's going to receive the money and what are they going to do with the money. And then also the thing, when the time is up and those families aren't getting that $500 anymore, what's going to happen to those families? So I think good idea, but I think the implementation should be done by separate groups, not people. The county just handed out money to people.
All right, Gary, last week our colleague Tamara Bell laid out something maybe a little more sinister, that the whole application process here was about getting email addresses and building a political contact list. I know that you dig into this stuff sometimes.
Tamara is partially right. Look, the problem is this is outside the core function of the county. In fact, if you go, there's a county website for the statewide county officials to look at their duties, and you look in the top 10, there isn't anything about free money sent every month to the winners. By the way, no one from precinct of Commissioner Ramsey got any money. They didn't make it. It was qualified to zip codes. Of course, we have poor all over the county. But here's the big question. We have lots of employees who work for Harris County who make less than $50,000 a year. They asked me in the courthouse, well, why don't we just get a raise? We're actually working for the county. I told them, you need to call Commissioner call Commissioner Ellis and ask him what's going on. And then the other thing, they want to expand it to $750,000 they claim are eligible. That's going to be $375 million a month.
Wow. Look, if the county's got that kind of money, I know there are some small business owners that could use some tax relief from the county.
All right, by design, Bill King goes last. I wanted to hear what you have to say about this.
Well, first of all, let me talk about the legal side of this for a second. So there is a state constitutional provision that absolutely prohibits this, no question about it. The only question is whether, because this is federal money, is the federal law preempted or not? I don't think we're going to know the answer to that until this is well litigated. The district judge that made this decision to let it go forward has a controversial history, let me put it that way, so far in his tenure, and I think he will undoubtedly be overturned in the appeals court, and this will be on hold until this complicated issue about whether federal law preempts state law is over or not. But in terms, we're talking about the county having money here. I said this last week. The county does not have any extra money.
Pull out the glasses and
Let me,
And the notes.
let me read what the county budget director said at the last budget hearings, which occurred about a month ago. Commissioners Court can do a lot, but it cannot afford to do everything, Ramos said. We have to offset any new spending with existing spending. Look, the county is like the city. They are broke. They do not have any extra money to do anything. The only reason they're doing this is this federal money that was given to them. Once that money is over, there is no money to do this program any longer.
Well.